go ahead and start our class. Start seated like we normally do. Breathe in, close the eyes. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Let the counting go. Breathe naturally. Hi, Fitness Yoga. Hi, Fairy Moon Princess. Welcome back. How are you, girl? So good to see you. Swiss R. So good to see you. All right. Let's start to stretch in the front body. So if you're not already sitting up on something tall, you can place a block underneath the hips and let yourself have a nice arch in the back. This is to support healthy lungs and bringing in the air all the way down into the lower abdomen. Hands come down to your thighs, to your knees. Yeah, Subi's here. Feel your shoulder blades resting back and down. Bring your hands up to your lungs, like your chest, and just start to gently tap. Lower chest, upper chest. Inhale, and then H-A. And keep doing that HA breathing. So breathe in through the nose. Exhale, HA. Get on the sides of the ribs. Promoting lung health. And then take it to the back. Hug yourself, tap the back. 2 more. One more. You got this. And release the hands. I'm going to face you. You can just stay where you're at. Still have the hips a little bit elevated. Bring the left hand down to your side. Inhale your right arm up and over. Press your right sits bone into the floor or whatever support you have beneath you, and breathe. As you breathe deeply, imagine space being created between each rib very gently. We're not forcing or pushing, just very soft and gentle. Letting this be a mindful practice. On your next exhale, place your right hand down onto the floor beside you and lift your left arm up. Reach it over toward the right. Press your left hip bone into that support beneath you. At any point during the practice, when you exhale, you can HA, sigh the breath out. HA sound is directly associated with our lungs. Squeeze that breath out. And exhale the left hand down. Whichever foot is on bottom, bring that to the top. Sit tall and walk your hands to the right. Look to your right. Gently twist your spine. Feel your right shoulder blade hugging in toward your spine and your left shoulder blade floating away from the spine. Use your breath to expand your rib cage. And on the out breath, soften. And walk your hands back to center, over toward the left. Bring your awareness to your shoulder blades. Squeeze your left shoulder blade in toward your spine. Relax your right shoulder away from your ear and your right shoulder blade away from your spine. Look to your left. Feel the muscles in your neck gently being stretched. Exhale back to center. Bring the soles of your feet together. You can lift the hips up even more. Common sense. This is Cobbler's pose, Bada Kanasana. Hi there. Nice to see you. You're welcome. Bring your left heel toward your right hip and cross the right foot over the left thigh. Sit tall, and you can even bring even more support underneath the hips if that helps you here to sit taller, and then twist to your right. Either hug your left arm around your right knee, or you can bring your right elbow on that outside edge of the right thigh. Look to your right. Another option here would be to place your right hand either like a kickstand beside you or behind you on a block if you need, or on the floor. Or you can wrap and take this into an even deeper bind with that right hand, just gently hugging and holding on to your left hip. Look to your right. Notice where in your body you can sense your pulse. Maybe you sense your pulse in the palms of your hands. Release, untwist, unbind, uncross that right foot. Bring your left foot forward and your right heel by your left hip. Thank you for that lurk, common sense. Cross your left foot on the outside of your right knee. Sit tall. Take in a deep breath, and then on your exhale, twist to your left. Need that block. Since I'm sitting up on a block, and you may be the same, maybe the hand doesn't quite reach the floor, so having that block underneath the hand could help you be a little bit more support in this practice. Use your right hand and hug your left knee in, or bring your right elbow on the outside of your left thigh, gently twist to your left, and breathe. Use your left hand either to stay on that block, or you can take this into a deeper bind and place your left hand on your right hip, just hooking it around that right hip. Soften your jaw. Can you feel your pulse in your palms? Release the bind. Turn the heart back forward. Uncross your right foot. Uncross your left foot. Remove the block from underneath your sits bone. Place it to the side. We're going to come to hands and knees on the mat. Keep a blanket underneath your knees if you like, just for a little extra support and softness in this practice. So if you're here, this is your first time practicing yoga with us, my classes are very mindful. So they can be very gentle, but gentle doesn't actually mean easy. It can actually be more difficult and challenging, because if you imagine if you're lifting weights and you're just going through the motions, doing this, right? Doing bicep curls. And you're not really thinking about the muscles and you're just kind of doing this, right? Is that easier than, or harder than if you were to hold that same weight, engage your muscle, and then slowly move down? You see all the, like, your arm starts to shake when you curl up. You're just, even though maybe the weight isn't that heavy, you can add that extra challenge to the practice. So which one is harder? I can tell you the one where you bring your mind to your body, to your muscles and what you're doing. Really think about it. That's going to be the more challenging option. Okay. So go ahead and come to hands and knees. And I say that because we do the same thing in our yoga practice. Bring your palms underneath your shoulders, knees underneath hips. Look down at the mat, just at eye level. Keep the neck lengthened. On your exhale, shift your weight to your right knee and allow your left leg to stretch back. And as you do this, keep the hips parallel with one another and even with the floor. So that left hip maybe wants to float up, let it be even with the right hip. Curl that left knee in toward the left elbow. And as you do, imagine that you're squeezing a beach ball together. So this is where we're adding mindfulness and intention. Inhale that leg back out. Exhale, curl in and squeeze that navel in toward the spine. Use your breath. Feel the little shakes. Inhale. Stretch that leg out. Exhale, curl in. One more. Good. Lower the left knee. Shift your weight to that left knee. Make sure your fingers are spread wide and you feel the weight of your body in your hands evenly spread out through the palms, knuckles, and fingers. On your next exhale, lift that right knee and inhale that leg out behind you. Exhale, curl that right knee in toward the right elbow. Inhale back out. Good. Three more. Slow and controlled. Soften the jaw. One more. Good. Lower that right knee. Tuck the toes. Press the hips back into downward facing dog and pedal the feet. Shift your weight to your right foot. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale that knee toward your nose. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, knee toward the nose. Three more. Imagine that you're moving your leg through something thick, like molasses. So it's not easy. We're making this challenging. One more. Lower the left knee. Switch your weight to that left foot. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, curl that right knee in. Press in through your palms. Inhale, extend the right leg behind you. Exhale, knee toward the nose. Two more. And one more. And lower that right leg. Come down to the knees, point the toes, press the hips back. This is child's pose. So anytime you need to get a rest or have a break, child's pose is a wonderful posture to be in. That forehead comes to the mat, your hands come down by your feet, and your shoulder blades melt away from one another. As you breathe here, take the breath all the way down to below the navel. And in doing this, you will massage your body's major internal organs. Walk your hands forward toward the top of your mat. Spread your fingers. Press up into tabletop. Tuck the toes. Press the hips back. Shift your weight to your left hand. And then gently lift your right arm, your right hand away from the mat with no weight on that hand, and just see if this feels safe for your left shoulder. And if it does, send your right hand toward your left leg. Maybe it grabs onto the knee, maybe it grabs onto the ankle, maybe it just points at your left foot. So this is modified three-legged dog. Return that right hand back to its original down dog position with fingers spread wide. Take a deep breath and exhale. Shift your weight to your right hand and gently float your left palm away from the mat. If this feels safe for your right shoulder, then go ahead and float that left hand toward the right leg. Maybe it holds on to the right shin. Unclench the jaw. Breathe. And release back to full down dog. Shift the hips to the left. Take 2 deep breaths here in leaning down dog. Come back to center. Shift the hips to the right. Feel that stretch all the way down that left side. Lats down into the base of the shoulder. And bring the hips back to center. Move that blanket to the side if you have one on your mat. Then walk, step, or jump to the top of your mat between your hands. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees and sink the hips. Sweep the arms forward and up into chair pose. Exhale, straighten the legs and bring your arms down by your side. Good. Whew. Kali Mudra. Bring the hands, interlacing the fingers together. Point the pointer fingers. Inhale your arms up to the sky, bringing your palms over your crown. Exhale, lean toward your left. Lift your toes, lower the toes. Inhale the palms back over the crown. Exhale, lean to your right. Inhale the palms back over the crown. Lower the hands. Curl in the pointer fingers. And we're going to switch how the fingers and thumb are interlaced. So you'll straighten the thumbs and fingers out and then just switch whichever thumb is on top and take those fingers with them. Point the pointer fingers again. Inhale your arms up with palms over the crown. Imagine you have roots growing through the soles of your feet. Lift your toes. Exhale, lower the toes one at a time. On your next exhale, lean to your right. Deep breathing. Come back to center. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lean to your left. With your intention here of letting go. Inhale back to center and lower the hands. Let me get this off camera. Sorry. It's like, look at my bag full of goodies. Can't see that just yet. Come to the top of your mat. Sweep your arms out to the side and up overhead. Mini back bend at the top. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, plant your hands around your feet. Step back with your right foot. Nice big step back. Press into your front foot and inhale your arms up over the shoulders. Exhale your right arm forward and left arm back. Look to your left. Balance challenge. The feet are on mini railroad tracks. Not many, mini, like little, like mini-me. Railroad tracks that are kind of close together. On your next exhale, bring both palms over the shoulders. Exhale the hands out to the side, bending the elbows with fingertips pointed up, cactus arms. Inhale your arms up, bringing palms over the shoulders. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands around your front foot. Press your palms into the mat and slide your front foot back into high plank. Roll your shoulders back and down. Breathe. When you exhale, draw your navel in toward your spine. Lower the knees. Point the toes. Bend the elbows. Keep them hugged in toward the chest. Lower the chest. Lower the chin. Inhale, peel your chest. Shoulders away from the mat to your cobra. On your next exhale, lower the chest. Tuck the toes, spread your fingers wide, and press your palms into the mat and your hips back into downward facing dog. Shift your weight to your left foot. Inhale your right leg up. Bend your right knee. Exhale, let your right knee come to right next to your left knee. Then cross that knee in front of the left knee and around. So you're going to trace with your right kneecap a huge figure 8. Inhaling and exhaling. Feel your abs working. Press against the mat with your palms in that grounded foot. H-A, the breath out. One more figure 8. Then straighten that right leg up nice and high. Exhale, shift your shoulders forward and sweep the right foot up between the hands. Good. Kick off the back foot, step up into forward fold. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees. Sink your hips back like you're sitting in a chair, and then sweep your arms forward and up slowly. Chair pose. Lift your arches. Exhale, hands to prayer in front of the heart to come all the way to standing. Wonderful. Hey, Tawanda, welcome. Inhale, send your arms up overhead, mini back bend. Nice. Exhale, hands to prayer in front of the heart. Inhale the arms up overhead, bringing palms over shoulders. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, plant your hands around your feet. Step back with your left foot. Big step back. It's a doggy dog world. Thank you for the follow. Inhale your arms forward and up. Press your front foot into the mat. Good. On your next exhale, send your left arm forward and your right arm back. Keep that back leg straight and strong. Keep breathing. Soften your jaw. You got this. Inhale the arms up, bringing palms over the shoulders. Exhale, bend the elbows and take them out to the sides, cactus arms with fingertips pointing up toward the ceiling. Inhale, straighten the arms, lifting them up overhead. Exhale, swan dive down. Plant your hands around that front foot. Spread your fingers wide. Press into that mat. Send your front foot back. Roll shoulders back and down. High plank. With every exhale, draw your navel in toward your spine. Lower the knees. Point the toes, bend the elbows and keep them gently, slightly hugged in toward the chest with the collarbones spread apart. Lower the chest, lower the chin, release the hips to the mat. Inhale, peel the chest away from the floor, cobra. Exhale, lower and tuck the toes. Take a deep breath. Spread the fingers wide apart and press against that mat and your hips back. Shift your weight to your right foot. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, bend the left knee. Maybe you look under your right armpit and you can see your foot there waving at you or floating there. On your next exhale, bring your left knee right next to your right knee. So they're right next to each other. Then take that left knee in front of the right knee and sweep it around like a half circle. Take your knee back up past the right knee. Lift that knee up toward the ceiling and around. So you're tracing a huge figure 8 with your left kneecap. Keep breathing. Can engage your HA on the exhale. One more. Straighten that left leg up. Point the left toes up toward the ceiling. Shift the shoulders forward as you sweep that left foot, bringing it up as close as possible between the hands. If it didn't make it, that's okay. Just grab that foot and bring it forward. Good. Nice job. Kick off the back foot. Meet in forward fold. Let your neck hang heavy. Grasp opposite elbows. Shift from one side to the other. Gently sway from side to side. Relax your neck. Release the hands to the mat and inhale to your half lift. Walk your hands up to your knees, shins or thighs, and really engage your low back here. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees and sink your hips back. Sweep your arms forward and up, coming to your chair pose. Exhale, hands to prayer in front of the heart. Straighten the legs. Lower the hands down by your sides. Slide your left hand down your left leg. Inhale your right arm up and over toward the left. Exhale that right hand down. Inhale the left arm up. Slide your right hand down your right leg. And lower that left hand down. Good. Awesome job. Bring your hands to heart center. Shift your weight to your left foot. Bring your right knee up. Have your right leg at this 45-degree angle. If you need to go to a wall or have a chair nearby for balance support, you can go ahead and do that. Breathe. Hypertrophy. Breathe. Are you wanting to get leg muscles, like that kind of hypertrophy? All right, so this is stork pose. We're going to transition to warrior 3. So allow your toes to float back. Maybe they come to the mat. Imagine your torso and your leg are in one line. Interlace your fingers here. Point the pointer fingers. Kali Mudra once again. On your next exhale, hinge at the hips. Allow that back foot to float up. Torso hinges forward, hinging at the hips. You can use your wall as your prop to help with balance, or keep your back toe on the floor. Warrior 3 with Kali Mudra. Warrior in Sanskrit is Virabhadrasana. Release that right foot down to the ground. Good. Shake it out. Shake that left foot out. Shake, shaky, shaky. Tolga. Thank you. Swiss R. Bring hands to heart center. Interlace fingers. Then switch whichever thumb is on top. Point the pointer fingers. Shift your weight to your right foot. Exhale, bend the left knee up, bringing it to a 90-degree angle. Imagine the sole of your foot is parallel with the floor. Your thigh, imagine it parallel with the floor. So modifications here is to only bring that knee up as high as you are comfortable bringing it. Another modification is using a wall or a chair for balance support. And always, always breathe. On your next exhale, transition to Warrior 3. Send your left foot backward. Straighten the back knee. You can keep the back toes on the floor. Imagine a straight line between that your torso and your leg are creating a straight line. And then hinge at the hips, leaning forward with the torso and allowing your back leg to float upward. You can keep a bend in your grounded leg if that helps you. Lower that back leg down. Have your feet just a bit wider apart, like on railroad tracks. Keep both legs straight. So it's not a big, wide, distance between the feet. They're a little closer together. Grasp opposite elbows behind the back. Use a strap between the hands. That's another option, or you can use a towel if you don't have a strap. And hinge at the hips. Forward fold to stretch into your front hamstrings. Ouchie mama. Ouchie, ouchie. This can be called pyramid pose in some practices. It may also be called intense pose because it's quite intense stretch on the hamstrings. Breathe. Just a little mindfulness here, not to overextend in your front knee, keeping that front knee having a slight micro bend in it, and the hips even with one another. So that left hip may want to flare back. We want to keep that hip even with the right. So imagine the distance between both hips and the front of the mat are exactly the same. Okay. Breathe. Inhale, bring that heart over the pelvis. Bend into the front knee. Step up with that left leg, and then take the right leg back. Straighten both legs, keeping a mini bend in that front knee. And exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Keeping a straight spine here. You'll see some people can bring their chest all the way down to their thigh, and that's their own practice. Everyone's flexibility is so different, especially when it comes to our hips. There's no comparing one person to another as long as you go to your edge. And what I mean by edge is that you're not pressing into any pain. It kind of goes to the edge of comfort. You'll feel an intense stretch in your hamstrings. Keep breathing. Soften. Allow and let go of any emotions or judgments. That should just go. Just let go. Because as long as you are going to your edge, then you are getting the full benefit of this posture. Inhale the shoulders over the hips. Release the hands. Turn both toes to the right. Bring the heels to even as if they are on a balance beam. And have your toes pointing out to the side. Bring the hips to center. Slide your left hand down your left leg. Inhale the right arm over. Feel this beautiful stretch in your right hip. Release that top hand down. Inhale the left arm up and slide your right arm down your right leg. My grandpa used to call leg. I mean, that was his accent, leg. And he wouldn't have eggs and ham, he'd have eggs and ham. Wow, where did that come from? You may notice stuff like that happening in your own practice, where just something out of nowhere comes up. And that is all part of the practice, and it's okay. All right, let's go ahead and heel toe the feet together. Go ahead and come down to the mat. Bring the soles of the feet together. sorry, was not loud. Oh no, that's fine. Cobbler's pose, walk the hands forward. Ah. Here, I have, guys, I have something for that, Subi. Where is it? There it is. For the troll. Grab a block and place under your forehead. It's always okay to have the feet a little further away from the body. You can place the block even on your feet. Close your eyes and allow yourself to focus on your breath, and maybe you feel as if you're floating. If there's any pain in this with your feet in cobblers, you can change them to any other comfortable seated pose. If your mind starts to wander or think, just bring your awareness back to your breath. Bring your palms to the mat and press your shoulders up, your torso up. Bring your heels to the top of your mat. Roll on down for the final pose in this practice. Shavasana, corpse pose, the pose of rest. Be still. Notice how calm your breath is. Notice your heartbeat. Let your body feel heavy. Thank you for practicing yoga asana with us today. Namaste.